sponsored by my colleagues, Senator Titus Zam Tatenge and Senator Emmanuel Menga Udende, as well as Senator Moye Tony, Anambra North. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this motion is on the local government election that took place on the 5th of October in Benue State. Mr. President, the Senate notes that in a federation, elections are the backbone of democracy, allowing citizens to choose their representatives at various levels of government, and the right to franchise of citizens in Nigeria is sacrosanct and constitutionally guaranteed under Section 77 to 91 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, especially focusing on the citizens' right to vote and be voted for in all electoral processes. Also, Senate notes that on the 5th of October 2024, local government council elections were scheduled to hold in Benue State and in other parts of Nigeria. And while the electors excitedly trooped out in their numbers to exercise their franchise to elect leaders who will represent their will at the local councils, they waited for hours in vain, as neither electoral materials nor electoral officers showed up in many parts of the polling stations, and where a semblance of elections took place, winners were denied certificates of return. The Senate further notes that in most places, elections took place in the private homes of the chieftains of the ruling party, making the entire process a mere coronation of candidates of the ruling party, and not a proper election is contemplated under the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. And equally notes that the provisions of Section 197 of the said Constitution, together with the third schedule, Part 2 of the Constitution, have been grossly breached, and the said local government elections of 5th October 2024 in Benue State and in some parts of Nigeria were marred by rampant manipulation, thus thwarting the goal of establishing truly representative local governments in Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolves to condemn the Benue State Independent Electoral Commission's blatant disregard for democratic principles in the sham local government elections of Sunday, 5th October 2024. 2. Urge the Benue State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct elections in those places where elections did not hold and allow the people to choose the representatives of their choices. 3. Also urge relevant government institutions to nullify the sham elections and do the right thing in line with laid down principles of law. And finally, further urge the federal government to deny allocations to local government councils where selections were done akin to appointment of caretaker committees. Mr. President, I so submit.
Local government election.
Matter of fact, it's just putting it mildly when we say sham election. As a matter of fact, it was a charade. It wasn't an election at all.
Is there any seconder to this motion? Is there any who are, no, it's not even the party. I said, which governor? And he said that the governor is a reverend father, a reverend father, a reverend father, a reverend father. You are the man of God, and you are describing the election as sham. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, but we will take the motion. If there is any seconder, we'll take the motion. You want to second the motion? The motion that there was a sham election in Benue State.